Hello there, this is Ed McCarty. Welcome to HoofNit Podcast with everything horses and livestock.
Hello, everyone. This is Melissa Cowan.
And this is Jana Harrington Barkus.
And we're with HoofNit Podcast with Everything Horses and Livestock magazine.
And we are out here on location at Equifest of Kansas 2023 here in Salina, Kansas.
Hey, everyone. I'm with a couple legacies here. I have Brad Lund, and then I have Bull Parker. And they're here with me at the Equifest, and we're going to talk about what's going on with you guys here. So, Bull, let's start with you. What do you got going on?
Well, I feel very honored to be here and humble. And I told them that they should have picked somebody else that had done something, that I really hadn't done anything. I know you've all seen this young man right here on TV a lot, winning everything. But I want to tell you a famous story about him. We were at his arena working one day, and he was riding a snake.
A snake?
A snake. And he came in the arena and warmed him up a little bit, and then he decided to blow up. He ran over to the side of the arena. He laid into the rail, and the aluminum stirrup just went bing, 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 bing. Brad stepped over on the other side, hung on the horn, and said when he gets to the end of the arena, he's either going to jump out and I'm going to bail off, or he's going to drop his shoulder and come back. So he dropped his shoulder and came back, and right when he did, Brad stepped right up on him, took the rope, went whoop, 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 whoop. Brad Kelsey with Kansas City Chiefs. Don't have nothing on Brad Lund.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
He is the best.
That's cool.
No,
So
I was a lot younger back then, Bull.
Well, Bull, you're pretty talented. So let's show some of the stuff that you make.
Okay.
Would you put some of that up there?
all right, here, I got it. Okay. You know, I'm only talented and only know something because I've always been around champion cowboys like that. A good friend of mine, Brent Wright, I had this roping bit, and I thought it worked pretty good, and I sent it down to Donnie McNeese, who rode a lot of horses for Jeff Smith and Ike, and I said, ride this and see how you get along with it. So then I give it to my good friend, Brent Wright, and I said, Brent, see how you get along with this. So he's had it a couple months, and I called him up and said, how you getting along with that bit? He said, you don't need it right now, do you? And I said, no, I just wondered how it was working. And he said, well, I just won the Derby down here in Texas, riding this bit. So I give this bit the name of the Derby bit.
Oh, great.
And then
That's cool.
when I come home, Brent had a big check. I told him, he gave me this buckle.
Oh.
And I told him I'd rather have some of that big check. But he said, no, you get the buckle. You get the buckle.
Oh, that's awesome.
But, you know, guys like Brad have thrown stuff at me and said, Bull, it don't work. Fix it. So that's what
got you going.
You know,
isn't it?
I didn't really figure nothing out on my own or anything like that. But it's guys like Brad who have,
you figured a lot of stuff out. You know how to.
That's great. How long you been working with this stuff?
we talked about that on the way out, probably 30 to 35 years.
And at the Equifest, are you talking about this? Are you doing a talk or
Yeah,
what?
Stan O'Neill's going to interview Brad and Karen and myself.
You're going to be on a panel.
Yes, and I brought some old cavalry bits and stuff like that. And I also brought a couple of magazines that he's on the front cover of.
There's several of those.
Yeah. But I brought one that's really special because he wins a junior head horse, and he's riding a bit that I make. It's an owl. I call it the owl bit because it's got an owl on it. On the other picture, he's riding a stiff clapper bit, and he won Super Horse, But what's the most famous thing about that picture is, and the average person that looks at this picture, he don't know. But Brad is sitting there like this, and he's got his eyes right there. And I said to myself, why has he got his eyes right there? I look at that bit. He ain't got no damn curb chain on that bit. And he's got that bit turned up here just like this. And he says, oh, I better not go no further. I better stop right there, right there. So probably thousands of people have looked at that. But
that's great.
Brad's the world champion. He's famous.
He is famous, Brad.
I've been
So how long have you been riding horses?
Oh, I've been riding horses all my life.
All your life.
When I first moved to Gardner, remember how we argued about them spurs, them little spurs?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Bull's an old Iron Man. He wanted to make them so you could pull a dump truck out of the mud hole with them. I said, no, you don't need. Let's not. They're too damn heavy. And so we made them. Remember, we made them little old light spurs. They were good, weren't they?
Yeah, little dog ear deals.
Yeah.
Little
old roping spurs, short.
That's
thin.
cool. You guys have been go way back, don't you?
Oh yeah, that was that had to have been in the late '90s, I bet. Because I moved to my place in '01, and I was in Gardner for 4 years.
Yeah. You lived right out there on 199th, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that you started showing when? When did you start getting out there and you started winning on that bay? I can't think of his name right now.
So
I
graduated high school in '87.
Okay.
And
You've been showing ever since.
Well, I never did. We were just poor people, and we showed 4-H in Nebraska. That was big, and I didn't know what a horse show was, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah. And so when did you make your first win? Big win.
Oh, so I went to work for out of high school. I went to work for a place called Equine Equities there in Omaha. And I worked there for, 5-6 years and started colts. And a guy named Mark Phillips, he was the head trainer there, and he kind of took me under his wing and helped me. And then that thing kind of went different ways, and I went back home for a while and was shoeing some horses, and then went to work for a guy named Tom Forrest.
Uh-huh.
And at that time, he was married to Terry Stewart of the Stewart Ranch. And they had a place there in Minko, Oklahoma. And Tom had also had a place in Erickson, Nebraska. And that's kind of where I got started. I got to show a couple times for that deal. And just learned how to, it's struggled pretty much the whole, until I think I won. I'm not. You remember the little dun mare? That was the horse. That horse had that bridle on. I think of Rick Smith's. Remember? That was my first. World championship. Junior heading on that little dun mare.
On the owl bit.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think that was 04.
Okay.
I think. I'm not sure.
So you are here to discuss what you do with the horses. You train now, right? You do a lot of training.
Yes, ma'am.
And you still show some?
I still show a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, but most of you're practicing your horsemanship and teaching others what you know, right?
Yeah, I do some of that. I enjoy teaching, especially to the folks that want to learn.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he also enjoys winning and getting the money, too.
Yeah. That's great.
Well,
so do you have a lot of horses right now?
Yes, ma'am.
You do?
We probably keep somewhere around 40 to 50 in training.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah,
you are going to town.
Well,
that's a lot.
I want to slow down, to be quite honest with you.
Well, hopefully you got helpers.
I do. I have good help. Yeah, I got 2 boys. Do I need to quit?
Yeah, we got to cut it down.
Okay.
All right. You guys, thank you for coming. I enjoy you. People, you got to come out here and see these guys. These guys are legends. Legends.
No, he's a legend.
No.
Okay. That's it.
Thank you for joining us today. Our podcast is sponsored by
Better Equine, the manufacturer of BE saddle pads.
Bee Tree, pure and natural skin and body care products.
And Living Life Ranch, located in Gardner, Kansas.
Subscribe with us to follow our podcast, and please provide a review. We appreciate your positive feedback, which enables us to provide our free podcast to you.
Music provided by Ed Mahan. Copyrights by Everything Horses and Livestock.